You know sugar is bad for you. You feel better when you avoid it. So why do you keep going back? What if I told you it's not your willpower that's weak? It's something else. Something living inside you, craving sugar. The truth is most people overcomplicate this issue. They think sugar addiction is purely psychological, or that they're just weak-willed. But the reality is much simpler and far more biological. You have an overgrowth of fungi in your body that's manipulating your desires. This isn't your fault. It's not a character flaw. It's biology. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? Well, the human body is absolutely teeming with microorganisms that together form what scientists call our microbiome. Part of this microbiome includes fungi. Yes, you actually have fungi living inside you right now, which is collectively called your microbiome. Candida albicans is just one of these fungi, but when it grows out of control, it becomes a major problem. So how does Candida get out of control in the first place? There are several major factors that create the perfect storm. First, antibiotics. Every time you take antibiotics, you're not just killing the bad bacteria causing your infection. You're bombing all bacteria in your gut, including the good guys that keep Candida in check. Did you know that Candida can increase by thousands of times its normal amount after a course of antibiotics? Second major factor, your diet. A diet high in processed foods, sodas, and grains creates the perfect environment for Candida to flourish. Those industrial seed oils like soy, corn, and sunflower oil, they promote inflammation and disrupt your gut flora, giving Candida more opportunity to take over. Add alcohol to the mix, which damages your gut barrier, and you've created a Candida paradise. The scariest part? Candida reproduces rapidly. The cell divides approximately every hour and a half. So once it starts growing out of control, it can quickly become a massive problem. Now this next part is arguably the most important of all. How do you know if Candida is taking over your body? There are clear signs if you know what to look for. The most obvious is those uncontrollable cravings of sweets and carbohydrates. But there's more. Do you experience digestive issues like bloating, diarrhea, constipation, or abdominal pain? Chronic fatigue that just won't go away no matter how much you sleep? Brain fog or difficulty concentrating? These aren't random health problems. They're classic signs of Candida overgrowth. And it gets even more obvious. Candida can cause visible symptoms too. For women, they might show up as a white, crumbly discharge. For men, white flakes behind the glands. Both sexes can experience intense itching in the genitals area. You might also notice skin problems like rashes or fungal infections such as athlete's foot. But here's something wild that most people don't know. The byproducts of Candida actually lower your body's pH level, which can literally make you a grumpy, sour person. So that mood issue you've been dealing with, it might not be all in your head. It could be the Candida talking. Now, before we discuss how you get rid of this, let's discuss some technicalities. The Candida overgrowth cycle has 4 stages. 1. You consume sugar and refined carbs. 2. The Candida feeds on this sugar and grows stronger. 3. As it grows, it produces more cravings for sugar. And 4. You give in to these cravings, starting the cycle all over again. It's a vicious feedback loop that keeps you trapped. Every time you give in to a sugar craving, you're not satisfying yourself. You're literally feeding the yeast that's causing the problem in the first place. And if left untreated, this isn't just about sugar cravings anymore. An untreated Candida overgrowth can lead to serious health consequences. When the balance in your gut is severely disrupted, you can develop what's called leaky gut or intestinal permeability. When your intestinal wall weakens, undigested food particles, toxins, and microorganisms like Candida can enter your bloodstream, leading to systemic infections and inflammation throughout your body. This chronic inflammation can contribute to autoimmune diseases and other serious health issues over time. In particularly severe cases, Candida can spread throughout the body, resulting in a condition called candidiasis. And continuous stress from fighting this chronic infection can exhaust your immune system, making you more susceptible to other infections and health problems. This is especially dangerous for diabetics who are already more susceptible to yeast infections because their elevated blood sugar levels create the perfect feeding ground for Candida. Now, in order to truly break free from these Candida-driven cravings, I have a cheat code for you. Instead of using willpower to fight the cravings head-on, we'll focus on killing off the excess Candida. But I need to warn you about something called Candida die-off. When you start fighting Candida, you might actually feel worse before you feel better. As the yeast dies, it releases toxins that can cause symptoms like headaches, fatigue, dizziness, nausea, and fuzzy feelings in your head, swollen glands, bloating, digestive issues, itching, rashes, even fever. You might temporarily experience anxiety or depression. This isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's actually proof that what you're doing is working. These die-off symptoms last just a few days, and then you break through to the other side. So what's the game plan for killing off excess Candida? It comes down to 4 main strategies. First, adjust your diet. Since Candida thrives on sugar, avoid foods with added sugar and refined carbohydrates. Also, avoid gluten and pasteurized dairy products as they promote leaky gut, and stay away from foods containing yeast like bread and alcohol. Instead, base your diet on proteins, vegetables, and good fats. Second strategy, incorporate natural antifungals. One of the most effective is organic apple cider vinegar, the cloudy kind. Studies show it has powerful antimicrobial activity against Candida albicans. Consume 1 to 2 tablespoons 3 times a day. Make sure it's organic, as research shows organic apple cider vinegar is much more powerful than non-organic. A good brand is Bragg. Another powerful natural antifungal is curcumin. It has shown efficacy even against Candida strains resistant to conventional antifungal drugs. Start with a lower dose to minimize die-off symptoms, about 300 milligrams twice per day, and gradually increase to a maximum of 600 milligrams twice daily. And don't forget extra virgin organic coconut oil, which has been shown to inhibit the spread of Candida yeasts. Add it to your meals after cooking. Don't heat it too much, as that kills its healing properties. Third strategy, neutralize your pH levels. Candida creates an acidic environment in your body, and it thrives on that acidity. Drinking nettle tea between meals 2 to 3 times per day can help counteract this. Nettle has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties and supports your liver with detoxification. This helps create a more alkaline environment where Candida struggles to survive. The fourth strategy, get moving. I know those Candida symptoms are dragging you down, but exercise is a fantastic way to speed up your recovery. Exercise boosts your detoxification pathways by stimulating your lymphatic system, which is responsible for removing waste products and toxins from your cells. Exercise also activates liver detoxification pathways, helping your body flush out toxins more efficiently. And as a bonus, exercise helps restore your body's acid-base balance, making it harder for Candida to grow. Now, this final principle might be the most important. To truly overcome Candida-driven sugar cravings, you need a complete mindset shift. First, understand that it's not your fault. This isn't a matter of weak willpower. Your body has been hijacked by an organism. Second, believe that you can overcome this. Take this belief to almost a delusional level, the kind of confidence where failure isn't even an option. Think about it. Your body is incredibly resilient. It has natural mechanisms to restore balance when given the right conditions. You've already done harder things in your life. You learned to walk, to talk, to read, and write. You weren't born knowing how to do any of those things, but you figured them out. So why should this be any different? And if getting control over sugar cravings is truly important to you, then it's not just about avoiding sugar. It's about creating an environment where Candida can't thrive. This should be the thing you're thinking about in the shower, before bed, when you're grocery shopping, or meal planning. If you're serious about mastering this, you need to be obsessed with creating a body that naturally resists Candida overgrowth. At the end of the day, overcoming sugar cravings isn't about fighting yourself. It's about recognizing the real enemy and tackling it head on. When you stop feeding the Candida and start supporting your body's natural balance, those cravings become dramatically less powerful. Success becomes inevitable when you're fighting the right battle. If you gained anything of value from this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It helps out a lot. I'll see you in the next one.